Hey everyone, in this tutorial let's take a look at application and component instances in Vue 3. Here I have my previously created Vue project using Vite. I'm gonna open this using my Visual Code. So I have removed some of the files and this has nothing in it at the moment. So if I run this yarn dev, it's empty, so it has nothing. So we'll start fresh from the scratch. Now how this project is set up, got the main TS file here. This is the entry point, and for us to start, what we first have to do is we have to import from Vue createApp. First step is to create an application. And so this returns an app, and we need to pass a root component. Now this root component can be a single file component or a inline component like this. So now if I save this, still nothing. Now next step, we need to mount. So we need to tell the app where to mount itself. So and if you look at the HTML file, there's a div which has an ID of app, so we can use this element and we just specify the selector and save. Well, there's nothing yet. Just gonna open the developer tools, see if there's any errors. As you can see, the view is warning component is missing template or render function, so it can't find the template for this root component. Now let's create a single file component, call it hello view, and let's just give this a h1 hello view. Now we need to import it. We import the component and then we pass it on to the createApp method, and that's it. So now it can render this hello component that we created. Now you can also create an inline component here, and so there are a bunch of properties that you can use. For example, you can use the data. It's a function that returns an object. Let's specify a message property here. root component. Now since we are defining our view component here, we can specify the template here itself. We can just say message, and now if you try to run this, it doesn't show up, and it view gives you a warning saying component provided template option, but runtime compilation is not supported in this build of view. Configure your bundler to alias view to this. So I'm just going to copy this, and you open the wheat config, resolve property, and then alias, so view, and then provide the path to the build. Now when we set this, the project setup is able to compile these templates. If we open up the browser, you can see our message there. Okay, now what are application instances? So application instance, in here it's the app is the instance, and if you have a look at it, there's some functions: component, directive, filter, mixin, mount we have already used, cut, provide, unmount, use. Those are like methods in this instance. And you have some properties: version, config. So you can see some properties which starts with underscore. Stay away from them because those are internal things that can change. So the application instance provides you with capabilities, like you can register a component globally, or you can mount, you can define mixins, you can use provide. Also, when you use third-party libraries, you can use this app.use, which you pass in a plugin. So that's the application instance. Now what's component instance? So when you say app.mount, this returns the component instance of the component that you passed to the createApp method. We normally name it as VM because it's kind of like a view model. So this VM has some properties, inbuilt properties, which starts from dollar address, $data, $element, $emit, $watch. So all these are internal properties and a function watch. So those are the component instance, and I hope you can identify them separately. I hope you got an idea of what component instance and what is a application instance is.